When I was a teenager, a long time ago, there was a big hit by Boney M back in 1978 called The Rivers of Babylon. And if you'd like to remember what it sounds like, just go on YouTube and put in Boney M, Rivers of Babylon. It's one of the top 10 singles ever in the UK list. And this song, Rivers of Babylon, is very closely based, almost word for word, on the psalm that we just heard. And it's all to do with the first reading. The first reading takes us back to the year 587. The city of Jerusalem was ransacked by the Babylonians, and they carried off King Zedekiah into exile in Babylon, and so many Israelites were carried as well. And Psalm 136 is a psalm of lament, because the Jews are away from their own homeland, and they're very anxious that they're going to lose their identity as the faithful people of God, and they're going to be taken into a pagan culture and a pagan religion. Now, that would have happened, but God worked one of the greatest miracles of the Bible in the year 539, when he rescued them by sending a dream to the new emperor, who was a man called Cyrus, a Persian. One of the themes of the Bible is that we're all exiles. We're all a little bit away from home. I'm a little bit away from home because my home is in Kerry, I'm here in Donegal, but more than that, we're all away from home because our true home is with God in heaven. And it's so important for us to remember who we are, that we have come from God, we're on our way back to God, we are the people of God, and we have to work very hard at not becoming lost in the pagan world that we are in. We have to remember a lot about what is so important to our faith, to our identity as Christians. And in the psalm that we just heard, they understood that it was so important to remember where they were from. If I forget you, Jerusalem, let my right hand wither. And so much of what we do as Catholics as well is about remembering. What we do is every time we come to Mass, we remember the death of Jesus, that Jesus died for us. This is my body given for you. This is the cup of my blood, the blood of the covenant. We also remember the resurrection, because the priest holds up the consecrated host and he says, this is the Lamb of God, the resurrected Lamb of God, who takes away the sins of the world. Every time that we're praying the rosary, we are likewise remembering Jesus' life all the way from his conception right through to his resurrection, and indeed Our Lady entering into the fruits of Jesus' coming back from the dead. Also as well, every Friday we remember the death of Jesus. You've heard me say that we do a little penance or some act of self-denial every Friday to put us in a Good Friday mood, and then every Sunday we remember the resurrection. So today let us identify with the Jews in Babylon. Let us not forget who we are, where we've come from, and how to get to that destination that God has for us in the fullness of life in his kingdom.